Hello, everyone, and welcome back, or for the first time, or for the last time, to Nerd Bible Podcast with myself, a gold-plated tiny man on a plinth,
Yeah.
and him.
David Lynch, who we did mention last week, who passed away on the 15th of January. So this is a late RIP to one of the greatest directors and unique voices of cinema. So I have this random picture as a tribute.
It's like he's in the room. Rest in peace, David. Because we completely forgot to talk about that last week, didn't we? We've actually done the man a great shame by not speaking about him. Sorry, David.
Sorry, Dave. Sorry, Kyle MacLachlan, David Lynch's #1 collaborator, and Laura Dern. Don't come at us in the comments, Laura and Kyle.
Come at us,
very obviously,
Laura Dern. We're sorry.
Yeah, we are very sorry. We're so sorry. So sorry.
What? So, as you are a Dune boy, the famous Dune man.
I'm a Dune man. Yes,
you're man. In Enthusiast. Well, fuck it. We'll just go with that.
Yes, I like that. Yeah.
What's your connection and how did you discover the works of Mr. David Lynch?
Mr. David Lynch was actually through Dune, but not to summarize that project. No, we're not talking about the recent 2021 Oscar masterpiece, Dune 2021 and 2024. This was the original 1984 production that kind of was a bit of a travesty project that got sort of passed from director to director. David Lynch, who'd only done, I think, 2 projects beforehand. As far as his filmography goes, it was kind of Lynchian, but this is also quite far from David Lynch as well. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. But originally, how I discovered Mr. Lynch was through June 1984, which again, a review and an unboxing when I actually was not afraid to go on camera is somewhere on the channel, somewhere in the Black Archives, or the Shadow Proclamation is somewhere on the channel. But yeah, June 1984 is how I got introduced to Mr. Lynch, and then it sort of stemmed from that and went through Twin Peaks, which David Lynch, again, film director. Twin Peaks is his one and only sort of TV, arguably magnum opus during the early 90s, and then that sort of had a brief revival stunt in 2017, which again, as of now, unfortunately, his last work. But at least it ended, like Twin Peaks actually ended, because the way it ended back in 1991 sort of left a lot of questions. Fire Walk with Me, the Twin Peaks prequel movie that came out, I think 92 or 93, is also an excellent watch. So yeah, no, as far as David Lynch, I'm not exactly a Lynch expert or anything. Mulholland Drive, 2001 film, that's also a bloody good thriller. That again, quite confusing and quite abstract for Mr. Lynch, because his films aren't exactly accessible for most. I'd say for most film viewers. I wouldn't blame you if people didn't understand it upon first viewing. He's one of those artists, I suppose, where you've got to go back and reinterpret it. And as Mr. Lynch said in many interviews during his lifetime, he sort of just described it as like a painting, and how films are supposed to make you feel. And even when interviewers asked him about how did you come up with Twin Peaks, like what was about this, what about that, and various plot points, even he himself didn't know the answer. And I don't think that's just him being coy and for the sake of not answering the question. I think he just put things on the film cinematic canvas like as if it was a painting, because before he became a director, he wanted to become I say a paintician, that ain't a fucking word. He was an artist. He was into painting. But then, again, to describe him, an interview I saw literally earlier today, he just then sort of was fascinated by the idea of a moving, sound and time flowing together. And he described the film with, oh, okay. Thanks, George. God damn it. That's fine. He's probably just having some weird technical difficulties on his end. David Lynch, cool director, confusing guy, but wonderful human being. Just a unique cinematic voice that's sadly lost. That now I'm going to have to go back and speaking of back, George is back.
Honestly, fuck this internet. Like BT, ram it up your ass, you massive cunts. Fuck you all. I hope you all tread in dog shit on the way home every single night until your legs fall off. Fuck you.
Oh no. Where did I cut off, or where did you lose me?
Oh, like it was going well. Like I muted it because I was like, I'm just going to sit here and listen. I'm not going to interrupt him. And then it was like it cut out, and then it come back, and then it cut out again, and then just the internet exploded. I don't know, man. I don't know. It was like after you started talking about June, and then it was just like bang. It's a shame because I knew you were just like passionately talking about a film creator, and the internet went, fuck it. Fuck this.
No, it's fine. Yeah. But briefly, he before your internet crashes, he originally was a painter. He was in the world of art before he became a film director, and he was fascinated by the idea of like sound and images moving in sync, like in time and time flowing. He almost was a time lord, quite literally. So he was an artist. He was fascinated by paint, and then he became the director that we all knew and beloved. Again, I'm sort of saying the same thing, but not in this order. But yeah, June '84. Then Twin Peaks was my next real obsession with David Lynch. I really want to go back to it actually. But yeah, I was just David Lynch, R.I.P. Wonderful cinematic voice, sadly lost. Yeah, I'll miss you, David, because you're unique. You are unique.
Every time you've spoken about David Lynch, it's not happening. We'll have to come back to it.
Yeah, director's cut of this episode. No, that's fine.
Well, honestly,
yeah, all right. David killed the internet.
Fucking if his spirit's in the internet, fucking stop breaking it, David.
Oh, well, yeah. Damn you, David.
Okay, it's making me lose all motivation. I just want to throw my computer out the fucking window. So let's move on to where is it? I've got the list because we also what happened was the world famous Academy Award nominations came out.
They did, but I have totally. I've not even seen it. I've maybe I've seen one or two via scrolling on various medias, and then I've kind of blanked them out of my mind. So you're going to refresh me as much as the audience.
Hello.
Cool, Bert. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, cool. Okay. Well, that was an awkward.
What was you saying about the Academy Awards?
Literally, I may have seen one or two images via media, like social media and stuff, but I've totally blanked out, and you're going to refresh me as much as the audience. So
yes, I'm gonna hopefully, everything's gonna work long enough for me to fucking do this. So I'll go from bottom to top. We'll end with Best Picture. So this is the list, the official list posted on the BBC. So if they're wrong, just cancel the license fee. I don't know. We'll start with Best Documentary Short. We have Death by Numbers, I Am Ready, Warden, Incident, Instruments of a Beating Heart, and The Only Girl in the Orchestra. Have you, Connor, heard of any of them?
I've heard of all of them and some. No, absolutely none. No, I feel so bad to say that, but no, I don't. I don't know any of them.
I'm genuinely going to fucking burn this and stop in a minute. I'm genuinely going to throw everything and set it on fire.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah.
What did you say after I said something? Oh, this is going to be a fucking bitch to edit. It might get to a point where we'll just have to try again another day if it's going to keep carrying on.
Yeah. I haven't heard any of the short documentaries. I've not heard none of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is a great shame that we the short films and the documentaries Not really stuff that we're good at watching, so we're sorry, everyone. And with that, best animated short, Beautiful Men in the City of Cypress, Magic Candies, Wander to Wonder, and Yuck.
Ooh, the yak.
Any of those? Any of those ringing any bells?
No. Straight up, no.
You
No,
had
honestly,
to
are
pick-
these not in the public eye? I feel like these are only watchable via film festivals and conventions that we sadly and unfortunately don't get invited to.
Yeah, we'll have to start going. Hashtag pasty sheep at the film festivals. Is there any that are jumping out to you that you'd watch?
The yuck. The yuck.
So would that be your winner? Would be Yuck. Did you pick one for best
Absolutely.
documentary?
Only Girl in the Orchestra.
Yes. All right, we'll go with them so far.
Yeah.
Normally,
Two
whatever
so
we
far.
haven't seen wins. That's normally how it works with these
Absolutely.
nominations. Have you seen
Yeah.
that one?
No, because I want it to win.
Oh, there you go. Best live action short: Anuja, I'm Not a Robot, The Last Ranger, Lien, The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent.
See, I've heard things about the man who could not be silent, but get this, they couldn't stop talking about the film. So that's a bit of a contradiction, you might say, a bit of a paradox. No, I'll go for that one.
You'll go for that one?
Yes, I
Man
will
Who
go
Could
for
Not
that
Remain
one.
Silent. We're picking for that winner. I like Lien. I want to see what that's about. That's wonder if it's a
Ian.
spin-off to Romulus. Speaking of, we're getting into it now.
Ooh,
So now that we've done the
are we?
shorts, unfortunately, the things that we know literally nothing about, we can actually start getting some proper opinions from Connor. Because
And
best
you?
visual effects, yeah, but you've seen more films than I have.
Ooh.
Best visual effects, we've got Alien
Yeah.
Romulus, Better Man, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the
Um,
Apes, and Wicked.
So okay, so Wickets, and then Better Man, and what was the first one you said? Alien Romulus.
Yeah, Romulus, Better Man,
Yeah,
Dune Part 2, Kingdom, and Wicked.
So Wicked, Better Man, and Alien Romulus. They're the three that are striking and jumping.
Mhm.
Um, I think I'm gonna say Romulus. I might say
Oh,
Romulus.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd like to say, well, I've not seen Better Man yet. So
Mm,
my thing, I would say cinema. I'd say the cinematography on Dune was better than the visual effects. I know that's not, anything to fucking
yeah,
go
I
by,
agree.
but in a film where it's like it's paramount, I think it looks better in how it's shot rather than just the visual effects. Kind of like the Star
Mhm.
Wars thing. Like there'd always be like a sci-fi or superhero film that'd be nominated for visual effects. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'd say for the budget, Kingdom looked as good, if not better, than the trilogy that came before. The
Mm,
clips I've seen of Better Man look good.
yes.
I'd say for an overall experience in the world, it would. I don't know, because I started watching Romulus because it's now on Disney Plus. So what I've
It
liked of
is.
that so far, what I've seen of that so far, I mean, I've liked.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd maybe some Alien, Romulus, Dune, and Wicked. Maybe I don't know. They're all worthy of it for different reasons. Do you know what? Just purely for the enhancement as well, I'd say Wicked because I think Dune
Cool.
should
Oh, good
definitely
shout.
win best cinematography
Big up
or
Greg
one of. Oh,
Fraser, the greatest
there's a lot of
cinematographer alive.
these. Oh, Connie, you're going to have seen all of these. All right, so what are you picking? What are you doubling down on?
I'm going to say Romulus. Romulus.
One vote for Romulus, one vote for June Part 2. Come back to us when Better Man wins it in February.
Exactly. Or Wicked Part 1. Because we haven't even seen the other half of the effects yet. But,
That's
this
what
time
they've
next
done
year.
half of the effects.
Exactly.
We
So it's an
only did
unfinished
half
movie.
of the
Quite
frame rate.
literally.
Every second frame is not edited. You don't know that about Wicked Part 1. Whereas they swap it
Exactly.
around. So for Wicked Part 2, every second one is
Every
edited
first
and the
frame.
first one isn't.
Every
There we
first
go.
frame is just nothing. Yeah.
First frame is just shit in part 2. Best cinematography. You're going to have some opinions on
Oh,
this. The Brutalist, Dune Part
no,
2.
I've not seen. Yes, yeah, sorry. Yes,
You've
yes,
not
yes.
seen The Brutalist?
I have not seen The Brutalist. I'm not that brutal.
Is that Adrian Brody?
I believe it is, but I feel like that's a streaming film though. The Brutalist, or I feel like it's yet to get a cinema release over here, like in the UK, at the minute. Maybe
It
I
will.
might
It
be
will
making
do
that
at
one up.
some point, surely.
Absolutely,
Amelia
absolutely.
Perez, Maria, and Nosferatu.
Oh, is that all for cinematography?
Yes, that is cinematography. So there is
Hmm.
5 nominations. Yes. Your thoughts? You've definitely seen Nosferatu, right?
I mean, that film and its gorgeous, almost black and white aesthetic, and the camera. If it isn't Greg Fraser doing Nosferatu, I want to know who it is because he's got some competition. Greg Fraser, the cinematographer of Denis Villeneuve's Dune Part 1 and Part 2, Robert Pattinson's Batman film, or Matt Reeves' Batman, and he shot some of the best looking modern films. So whoever filmed Nosferatu, if it isn't Mr. Greg, he's got some competition, in my opinion. So for me, the two jumping out are Dune and Nosferatu at the minute.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I'd
trying to
say
think of ones that
For me at the
yeah.
minute, Dune Part does.
Mm.
But yeah. Um. So okay, we're going for them. Best editing: Honora,
Oh,
The
I
Brutalist,
wanted to. Yeah, yeah.
Conclave, Amelia
Oh,
Perez,
yeah.
and Wicked.
So out of all of I've only seen Wicked out of these ones.
So you're gonna have to we'll just have to say Wicked on this one.
Anora.
Anything you've seen of the other films? Have you seen anything of them?
So Anora, I'd seen advertised at cinema. I wanted to get around to it, and I didn't. The Brutalist, I'm sure it's getting a release in the UK at some point. I don't think it's been out anywhere officially. And then the other two, oh, Conclave with Ray Fiennes. He's the priest, isn't he? I wanted to watch that, but didn't get around to it. And then the other one, yeah, don't know.
Don't know. Don't know.
Don't know.
I do not know. I am not Honora. Yeah, fuck it. I'll pick Wicked because it's the only one that I've at this point
Yeah,
seen.
yeah.
Which is a shame. But then it's a lot of you get a lot of these award ones end up, they release a lot earlier in the US. Like how
They
long
do.
ago did We Live in Time release in America? It was like October, and then it came, and
I
then no,
don't know.
it was a bit. I think it was a bit before them because it did the film festival circuit and then come out, and then we were meant to get it in October, and then it got pushed back to
And
New
we
Year's
got it
Day.
bloody New Year's Day. Yeah,
Hmm,
yeah.
so we
Cheeky
shall
bastards.
see. Um,
Mm.
Best sound. There are 2 Timothy Chalalamays in here. A Complete
Oh,
Unknown, Dune Part
Bob
2,
Dylan. Yeah, yeah.
Amelia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. The Wild Robot is a children's film
Oh,
that I did not see
animated.
in 2024. So
Shock horror. No, no,
I know.
no. Shock.
I need to rent it
Wild
actually. I
Robot
think it's
is
all
one
gone.
on my adult. Oh,
Sorry,
we're
Karen.
talking over each other. Sorry. The
Sorry.
Wild Robot is again another popular animated film, even in the world of adults, like all my adults that I know. And yeah, the Wild Robot is one of those where it could it could breach through the adult mindset of it's animated, like it's not priority. But the Wild Robot could be an exception. I kept hearing good things about that blimmin' robot, so it better be worth it. Might get round to that one.
Yes, because I think it was one of Mike's favorite films of last year. I
Mm,
missed it in the cinema because there was.
yeah.
I mean, from those who've watched our episode at the end of 2024 when we did our lists, there was a lot of kids' films on it. Um,
Hmm.
and surprisingly, Wild Robot and Sonic at that point hadn't been seen. Sonic has still yet to see Wild Robot, debating the 4K release, but the price has gone down
Hmm.
to rent on Amazon. So I might have a look at that shortly. But yeah, I don't. Surely best sound. It's either got to be Dune, Wicked, or A Complete Unknown. because Wicked is a musical. Dune, like all the elements that created that sci-fi world in the first one, were great. And Complete
Yeah,
Unknown
yeah.
is the Bob Dylan story. So more music.
Unless you hear Timothy singing, he
Mm.
might have that beautiful voice. No, I'm gonna go with June. There are effects that I don't know how on earth Denis and the CGI people, the editing GarageBand software they use can replicate some of the sounds, because having read the novel, like the sounds are described as like otherworldly and very bizarre and very abstract. Like even when you're reading the text, again, it's harder to freaking describe. And when you listen to the film, especially in a packed cinema, preferably in IMAX, it penetrates your soul, your mind. It's not even just your eardrums. It's a unique audio experience, and that again was with part one. So yeah, I have to go with June Part 2 for audio or sound rather.
Fair enough. I would have said
Yeah.
any one of the three that I said. I'm interested in a Complete Unknown. You do know that I like a good musical, biopic, singy-songy film.
Singy film. Yes.
Best production design. Now, for me, I still have only seen 2 of these. Obviously not on release, only recently, because it's just so busy having a child who at the moment is ill, which is why Connor's not sitting on my lap. Wicked.
It's contaminated. Yes. Wicked. Ooh.
The Brutalist.
Ouch.
Dune Part 2. Nosferatu. And Conclave.
Where's
Surely for
Nosferatu
me,
1?
it's got to be Wicked, or yeah. If they do a sequel, they should call it Nosferatu.
Nosferatu 3.
But then Creed 3 should have been 3'd, but like 3D.
Nosferatu 3D. Nosferatu D.
Nosferatu. Or like
Jesus
what was
Christ.
it? There was what should it have been? There was a film that it was like, I think we debated it. It was like it should have been, if it was the third one, should have, like, when they incorporate the number into it, they should do that. But then you couldn't have done Toon, could you? Or Threen, or Dune, and then the E's a 3. I don't know. Surely it's got to be Wicked or Dune Part 2, because it's a big sprawling worlds. I mean, I've not seen the others. I know the atmospheric stuff in Nosferatu, like it's very much my bag. Like it looks fucking amazing. Again, all for different reasons. That's why there's nominations and why we're also not on the Academy voting board. But there we go.
No, gut answer. I'd say Wicked. I'm going to give Wicked some love because that film shocked my non-musical soul. So yeah, no, Wicked. I'm going to go Wicked for production. There's a lot more than just sand, desert, and space worms. Not that any of that's bad by any means. No offense, Timmy and Denis. Don't come at us as well. And I'm not saying Conclave and Ray Fiennes in a Church of Vatican type Italian inspired architecture isn't the same or not interesting as well. And Nosferatu, I mean, it's beautiful, it's goddamn gorgeous, but it lacks the visual colours because it's mostly black and white, and most of it's at night, so you can't really see what you're looking at. So yeah, Wicked. Process of elimination has to be Wicked.
Okay. Best makeup and hairstyling. A Different Man. Emilia Perez. Nosferatu. The Substance. And Wicked.
Substance.
Makeup and hairstyling. I think it, like, because obviously it's weird because like all of these things are like elements of like production design, aren't they? Because like the production design is obviously like mainly like the sets and things, but also that can be applied to the costumes, I think, in some capacity in terms of like what they're wearing. Then you got costumes, and then you got hair and makeup. Like there's all sorts of things that attribute to the building a legitimate world on the screen for the viewer. So they all work. I think production design, costume design, hair and makeup, they all serve the same purpose and work in tandem with each other. So it's really hard to kind of differentiate people because they'll all do it for different reasons, these films, depending on obviously setting and things. Yeah. But then you've got some of them are nominated for some and some of them aren't nominated for others because obviously scope will win out for production design. So that like the smaller films for costume and hairstyling. But then Gladiator's nominated for one of them, and I don't know how that wasn't production design nomination. But hey ho,
Yeah. What do we know? Yeah.
you know nothing, John Snew. Makeup and hairstyling. What I would go, considering I've seen one of these films, I would go for the film I haven't seen. I'd go for Nosferatu, just on gut. I don't think there's anything that stood out in the stuff I've seen or heard about the substance. I know that it's a bonkers film, but there's nothing that draws it to like, oh, this is, you know. But then the best kind, like, it's like with the best editing and the best music. Like, if you don't notice it, it's more effective. Like, if it doesn't stand out, like it's when it just blends.
Yeah, because I mean,
the
not
world
to
on screen.
differentiate the visuals or the settings, but I feel like the substance, not it just not being in modern day, eliminates the whole. You can tell they're putting on makeup and styles, but because it's got that advantage in my eyes because it's meant to be today, or arguably it could be in any freaking setting. It's timeless in that sense, and it literally is just Demi Moore looking like Demi Moore. There's no Demi Moore with a funky wig. There's no Demi Moore with an extravagant hairstyle, shall we say. Like that is just, to me, it's Demi Moore in front of the screen with Demi Moore, and like you just said, it's better when you don't notice exactly the obvious effects. Nosferatu, again, there's not much. It's because it's oldie weldy. They do have that old-fashioned retro styles of hair, if you like, but that's not me trying to knock it or bash it down in any way. It's just, but you can tell what you're looking at. Whereas the substance, I could have told you it was in the 1930s, maybe, and you might have believed me. Maybe, I don't know. But substance, because it's minimal, more minimal, I think.
Less is more.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, costume design, Wicked, Nosferatu, Complete Unknown, Conclave, or Gladiator 2? I'd say in my heart,
costume.
Gladiator, because it's a costume.
Yeah, because
but then so is Wicked, because that's like it has to do what the musical does, but more sort of thing, but also kind of fit in with the aesthetic of a version of Wizard of Oz. So I don't know, but then Complete Unknown's like a historical piece, quotation marks. Nosferatu is Hammer horror historical, and Conclave is, I don't know who the fuck's in Conclave. What's going on in there? I forgot.
Ray Finds. He's just
Ray Finds. Yes, Ray Finds and the church. Yeah. So,
more
is that the one where he's ripped, or is that 28 years
ripped,
later?
As in six pack, like he's ripped.
Yeah.
I mean, is he? I don't know.
I would Google, but the
idea.
fucking computer will just die. Oh, this is hard. I'd say Nosferatu or Gladiator 2. Because it's nice when, like, well, Gladiator, obviously, I know it was a long time ago, but it's nice when, that does a lot for historical films. The same for Nosferatu, but on a different genre. So,
yeah,
I'd go for one of them.
Gladiator. Yeah, I changed my mind. Gladiator. Gladiator.
Okay, we've got there we go.
Yeah.
Best documentary feature. They snuck this one up here.
Best documentary.
Black Box Diary. No Other Land. Porcelain War. Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat and Sugarcane. No idea what any of them are.
Not.
I apologize to the documentary people once again. We are terrible. Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat. I'd say. Fuck it. Porcelain War might be about toilets though, so I don't know.
No Other Land. There's no other land such as the land we walk and breathe and live in.
Which means that it will be one of the ones we didn't pick. Oh, excuse me.
Black Box.
Now, Connor, we're on to this is my forte. Yeah, right here.
Where
okay.
are we?
Best animated feature.
Oh, here we go. This is your topic. This is your feature.
So we've got Flow, which I haven't seen. Inside Out 2, which I have. Memoir of a Snail that I didn't know existed.
Same
The
here.
absolute
Yeah.
amazing 21.9, I think, million viewers on Christmas Day on BBC One. Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul,
Yeah.
and The
Yeah.
Wild Robot, which is, like you said, a
Ooh,
lot of it's permeated the child animation genre and just a
a
good
little bit.
film in general.
Yeah.
So where do
It's
you
kind of creeped at the
stand?
borders. Well, having still not had my most foul vengeance being consumed, I haven't watched Wallace and Gromit yet, which I'm still baffed and annoyed about saying
Oh
that
my
out loud.
goodness.
No, I'm going to go with just purely word of mouth and the fact that I've heard things from people's mouths that I'm shocked. Like again, people I know who I wouldn't expect to hear good things from about an animated film. I have to go with The Wild Robot. At this point, it is pure speculation. I'm not going to say I'm going to watch it and be, oh, it's overhyped. I hope for the sake and love that this film's been getting that doesn't turn out to be the case when I eventually watch The Wild Robot. But the fact that The Wild Robot hasn't left my mind from other people's mouths, it's it's got to have some effects, in my opinion. Inside Out is just Inside Out 2. Hey, shots fired. Don't at me, Disney. It's just another sequel to Pixar. It's just a sequel. Well, that's
True.
what it reads to me.
Mhm.
Flow, I've not heard about. So had Flow had a big feature, or is that a relatively like smaller streaming release? Like, what is
Yeah,
Flow?
I've got no idea. Got not a clue,
Oh,
love.
fine. But no, Wild Robot. Solid, Wild Robot at this point.
Okay, so for that, I will vote for one of the greatest British institutions, Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul. If you've not seen, I can't believe that none of the 21.9 million views in the 28-day final figure are
Weren't
from
me.
Mr. Connor Esser.
No,
So
not from me. No.
please
Sorry,
watch it.
guys.
It's one of the best things ever, and it came out on Christmas, and it made Christmas Day even better. It was better than Doctor Who, and Doctor Who was the warm up act for this. Like Doctor Who was on for an hour, and then everyone tuned in because Wallace and Gromit was on next. So well made, so well done. These characters are still going strong, like 40 years later. Like it's amazing. So please watch Wallace and Reece Shearsmith's in it, and Reece Shearsmith's amazing. So watch it.
Oh no, cool. Like I said back in our collab with Andy, blame Harrison Baker / Troy Ford, and his whip. Blame him. He was.
Oh, I love Han Solo.
Yeah, Troy Ford, great, his voice actor, and Harrison Baker.
Harrison Bacon sounds
Harrison
delicious.
Baker.
Best international feature. Let's see, Connor, if you've seen any of these.
Any of them, yeah.
I'm Still
Hit
Here
me.
from Brazil.
Am I? All right, okay.
The Girl with the Needle, it hails from Denmark. Amelia Perez is French. The Seed of the Sacred Fig from Germany. And Flow is from Latvia.
Okay. So straight up, I've got the Academy Award website open like you, but straight up, apart from Emilia Perez, which seems to be a very popular nomination amongst the categories so far, I have not heard or seen or read anything about any of these films. So I'm assuming Flow from Latvia is the animated Flow in that category that we just mentioned. I'm assuming it's the same film. Seed of the Sacred Fig, it doesn't. I mean, I can say it in a German accent to make it sound German, but I wouldn't read that title and go, "Oh yeah, that's a film from Germany." A film that was German, that again I would nominate if I was doing the international feature film, was a film with Mr. Bill Skarsgård, Nosferatu, Pennywise himself. Boy Kills World. That's a German feature I would nominate for the international feature film. But alas, that's in another timeline where that film would easily win the category. But I don't know, purely because of the other categories and Emilia Perez, I'm going to have to go with Emilia Perez. There's got to be something about this film.
What is this film about? Do we know yet?
I certainly don't. I've not heard her name before tonight. I don't know who she is. I don't know if it's like autobiography, like true film or what. Emilia Perez. I'm going to Google it.
Well, he does that. I'll say yeah. Emilia Perez is a film that has been all over the internet, and I have no idea, and I've not seen any of the international ones, and I'm sorry. I really am.
Zoe Saldana is Emilia Perez.
Yes.
Zoe Saldana.
Oh, that's
no,
the
she
one.
isn't. Sorry, she's a lawyer. Carla
The lawyer called-
Sofia Gascon is Amelia Perez.
Mhm.
Okay. It's a 2024 musical crime comedy film, based on a French novel that I'm not going to pronounce because I'm going to butcher it. But it involves a Mexican cartel leader who is Carla Sofia Gascon, who enlists a lawyer, Zoe Saldana, to help her disappear so that she may transition into a woman. So, okay. And the poster is guns and literally guns and roses in like a love heart shape. So I don't know if it is. Well, I just said it's a musical crime comedy with a bit of action in it. Then, but it sounds up my street. If so,
Sounds right up your alley. Well, we'll have to find
Yeah.
out when one of us eventually watches Amelia Perez. But until then, we can debate on best original score. I feel
Ooh.
like there's only one winner for this. You let me know. The Brutalist, Conclave,
Uh-huh.
Amelia Perez, Wicked,
Yeah.
and The Wild Robot. But then, how much of it, Wicked is original and not just taken from the musical?
Exactly.
Must be enough to get a
No,
nomination, obviously.
very much the question, isn't it? Oh, the fact that I just read that. I think Amelia Perez is a musical film. Am I going to go with that? Wild Robot, Wicked, Conclave. I mean, unless the Wild Robot has big solos every 10-15 minutes, bearing in mind it's a kids' film, so that would be a lot of singing, like a Moana or a Pixar Disney film. I'm going to go with Wicked because I don't know any other. I can't imagine Ray Fiennes singing much amongst the conclave, personally, unless that film is a secret musical that I don't know about. And then The Brutalist, it sounds too brutal to sing a song. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go Wicked. I have no idea.
Okay, that's where I would have gone as well.
Yeah.
Best original song, Never Too Late
Ah.
from Elton John, Never Too Late. El Mal from
Mhm.
Amelia Perez. Mi Camino from Amelia Perez. Like a
Wow.
Bird from Sing Sing. And The Journey, the 688.
Not Defying Gravity by Wicked.
But it's not an original song, is it?
No.
Did they sing a new song in Wicked?
A new song? I mean, again, having not seen the musical, I can't necessarily tell you what's new, what's in the musical. Because again, like I haven't seen it.
Nothing that
but,
I noticed was new. So
yeah, exactly. Not what I've seen in interviews and clips, and Ariana and Cynthia Erivo's lips have suggested that there's a new song in it. I mean, they might be saving it for Wicked Part 2, perhaps, maybe.
possibly.
Hmm.
Fuck it, Like a Bird from Sing Sing. I don't know. I feel like Amelia Perez, she's got too many nominations. We need to cut back on.
I'm surprised. She needs to get nerfed. She needs to get patched in the next update.
She's too OP.
She is OP. I've never heard that name so much in a video.
There you go.
Guys, if you know him,
Never before today.
Leave her down in the comments below. No, I'm gonna go with The Journey from the 688 because it almost sounds like the 6 Triple H's. Anyway,
just like Steve Austin.
time to play the game. Yeah.
Best original screenplay.
Uh-huh.
Honora by Sean Baker. The Brutalist.
Mhm.
Brady Corbett and Mona Fastvold. A Real Pain,
yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg. September 5th, Moritz Binder, Tim Fellbaum, and Alex David. Sorry for getting your name wrong. And The Substance, Coralie Fargeet. If I said all of those wrong, I apologize. My pronunciation is terrible, love. I'd say In a Real Pain by Jesse Eisenberg because that's got what's his face? What's his name? Connor. Kieran Culkin.
Not Kieran Culkin from Succession. Yes, I saw that film. I've seen the film.
Yes.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Original. It is definitely an original film. I give it that. Yeah, but I enjoyed it. It wasn't a real pain or real burden to watch. I don't know if it's something I'd specifically go back to and watch again. Jesse Eisenberg's very much doing Jesse Eisenberg things, and Kieran Culkin is the absolute highlight of that film. And who may be up for some nomination for supporting actor, maybe. I don't know. I'm sort of projecting future energy. Who knows? September 5th, I've seen a trailer for that. Again, it's an upcoming release in the UK. That looks pretty it's original screenplay, yet it's based on a true event. So that kind of is it kind of cheating? Because it's actually based on a true event. But September 5th looks good anyway, and The Substance is original AF. Yeah, and then Anora looked really good as well, and I'm surprised that kind of isn't based on the book, but the fact that it's original makes me want to see Anora more. And then this Brutalist again, Brutalist and Emilia Perez. What's up with these films? They're everywhere. They are everywhere. But I'm gonna go with The Substance. I'm gonna die on Demi Moore's hill and be a Substance fan, but not take anything.
Yep.
I promise.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd say
I'm
The Substance from what I've heard of it. So, best adapted screenplay, A Complete Unknown, Jay Cox and James Mangold. Conclave, Peter Strahan. Emilia Perez, Jacques Audiard. I'm just really sorry with these names, guys. Nickel Boys, Ramel Ross and Jocelyn Barnes. Sing Sing, Clint Bentley and Greg Quidar.
Quidar, yeah.
Quidar. Don't know.
No.
A Complete Unknown, maybe. Emilia Perez is still fucking here.
Unknown. Yeah,
She ain't going away. It must be good to get this many nominations.
I mean, yeah. It must be the film if it's going to get nominated in nearly every other categories. I know when we've done this before, I know we keep seeing repeat films, and obviously as we get further down this list, we'll get to best actor, best female, and overall best film, which will have these names come up again, no doubt. But even when we've done this, however many times we've done this now, I've never seen a film come up this much already. I feel. Emilia, who is this woman? Nickel Boys and Sing Sing. Sing Sing got a nomination somewhere early in the video. Again, if you guys have been paying attention, still watching and listening, leave a timestamp down below, maybe. Nickel Boys, I've heard nothing about. Like you, complete unknown, because at least it's Bob Dylan's kind of biopic, autobiography kind of thing. I don't know if the book's called A Complete Unknown, but yeah, Bob Dylan, Timothy for the win, maybe.
There we go. We'll go into best director.
Oh, here we go.
Audiard for Emilia Perez, Sean Baker for Honora, Brady Corbett for The Brutalist, Coralie Fargeet for The Substance, and James Mangold, A Complete Unknown. I'd say for punishment for Dial of Destiny, James Mangold should automatically be disqualified. Because I don't think we've recovered yet as a society.
We were just praising Bob Dylan now, right?
Bob Dylan, great, but you made Indiana Jones want to die in the past, so you're exempt for a year.
Yeah, man. Unless James Mangold did an uncredited screenwrite credit right of the game, The Dial of Destiny, but I think that information would have been out in the ether. So no, James, you're screwed. You're dead to Indiana Jones. I'm gonna go with The Substance because I've not seen Anora, but I've heard amazing, phenomenal things about Anora. So if I had seen it, then this would probably be a coin toss for me. But Substance, I'm on that hill. I have to be on The Substance.
Okay, we'll go with Substance, and obviously check out all these films. Unlike us,
absolutely
watch them, please. We're into the actor section. Are we ready?
Oh, actor.
This is definitely because that's where Wallace and Gromit. Oh, it must have been at the BAFTAs. They must have got more nominations.
Yeah,
the BAFTAs. They probably got fucking loads.
Are we doing supporting or we're going lead last, aren't we? Or
we'll do supporting, best, and then picture. Right. So supporting actor. Yura
Yeah.
Borisov for Honora. Kieran
Okay.
Culkin for A Real Pain.
Yay.
Edward Norton, A Complete Unknown. Guy
Fair
Pearce
enough.
in The Brutalist, and Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice.
The Donald Trump film with Sebastian Stan. So at least, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They're decent nominations.
Yeah. The Donald Trump film that, had he not been elected again, it probably would have been nice to watch a film about his life and how, oh, he's a bit crazy, instead of, oh, fuck, he's in charge again. Because that's I think, why, unfortunately, like, I've heard so many good things about The Apprentice and Sebastian Stan as an actor anyway, from this and, what is it, A Better Man or A Different Man? What was the one he was in?
Different man.
Different
Yes,
Man,
different
yeah.
man.
Because that really fucking raised his attention from a lot of people, and to the point where people are saying he's too good to be in the Thunderbolts, and they should have just got rid of Bucky and just let Sebastian Stan make good movies. But c'est la vie.
Yeah.
It's a thing of like everyone, no matter if you're a fan of Donald Trump or not a fan of Donald Trump, has kind of had enough of this movie, which is why it's unfortunately not had that good of a reception in a lot of the circles of film. Because it's well made, from what you've told me as well. Like, it's well done. It's just the timing's really unfortunate. But maybe it's one
but
to look back
also to
on
praise
the home
everything
list.
else, not to necessarily poo-poo on real life implications. And then I'm not trying to like brush the topic, but like some films, yes, we praise them at the time and but then we see so many other things and you don't necessarily forget it, but then it's at the back, it's right at the back of my database, but that data, it's the back of the cloud at the minute. Like, I've seen The Apprentice, but it's at the back, it's forgotten. It's like, 30 films down my list anyway. Like, I kind of seen it, been there, done it. I don't necessarily need to go back to it unless there's any real reason to watch it again. But yeah, The Apprentice is still good. I'm happy it got some sort of attention. Jeremy Strong, like, without breaking it down, did blow my socks off like he has done in other things. Like The Gentleman is still, for me, Jeremy Strong's best or one of the better performances. Guy Pearce, again, I've heard great things from The Brutalist. I just, again, haven't seen it. Edward Norton, I'm glad is getting a bit of love. And then, Honora, I don't know that. Yura Borisov, I don't know that person at all, but I'm glad about Kieran, because Kieran is Succession. I've heard nothing about him in Succession, so the fact that I saw him in something else other than Succession and he was really, really funny in that movie, I'm glad. So for me, Kieran's my nomination for Best Supporting Actor.
Okay, yeah, I would say I'd like Kieran. Edward Norton's obviously always really good. Same with Guy Pearce. Jeremy Strong, I've liked what I've seen him in, and Yura Borisov. Obviously, Honora is a great film because there's a lot of nominations for it. So it's another one that we need to watch when it's on streaming or very cheap. Just for me, not in terms of like I'll only watch if it's cheap. In terms of just affordability in my life.
It's a cheap
Loki
film.
season
It's a
2
cheap
just
film.
arrived. Give me a break.
Yeah.
I'd say probably if I had to pick one, Kieran Culkin. But best supporting actress, Monica Barbaro, A Complete Unknown, Ariana Grande for Wicked, Felicity Jones, The Brutalist, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, and Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez.
Ariana Grande.
Really?
Ariana Grande. No, I've not seen the woman act. I loved that character. I never hated.
I think there's people that played Glinda. Maybe I don't know.
I got absorbed by her. It's more the writing. I'm not saying it's Ariana completely, but I've not watched a character that I was meant to laugh at, then hate, laugh at, then hate, and then kind of root for. And then my gut was kind of like, it's that. You shouldn't, but you can't help but root for them. Like in wrestling, they're the fucking heels, they're the dickheads, they're the bad guys. But then there's that cool, they've got that cool factor. I'm not saying Ariana Grande's cool, but there's that element of I kind of want to root for you, even though I couldn't. Yeah, I don't know, but and I wouldn't look at measly Ariana Grande in a big Hollywood leading film, because to me she's a singer, nothing else. But upon watching Wicked, my perception of her as a performer has completely changed. And I'm not trying to just brush over none of these other names, but I'm sorry, I've not heard nothing about none of these other actresses. I've heard of all these films, as all of you in the audience have as well. But
Kids
none
in
of
the
these
audience.
other performances. Even Felicity Jones, I'm glad. I like Felicity, but I'm surprised. She's not only come up until now. But yeah, out of all those names, Ariana Grande is the one that's been plastered, I feel like, in my soul everywhere since seeing Wicked.
Mhm.
Rightfully or wrongfully, but
Yeah, you know what? You've turned me around on it. Fair enough.
no, damn it.
I think they do. I do.
Well,
I do
yeah.
think they work well together. I think it's good that they went Hollywood with her, and then just they picked the best person to play Elphaba in Cynthia Erivo. They didn't go, we need a big, because obviously in some capacity you need a Hollywood casting in these kind
Yeah.
of films. So
Yeah.
it's like Jeff Goldblum, Ariana Grande, and then bit by bit assembling the rest of the cast in terms of fucking hell, Cynthia Erivo and who's Jonathan Bailey? Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah, Jonathan
Like,
Bailey.
he's
Yeah,
not a
Jonathan Bailey.
conventional big Hollywood name, considering everyone that like auditioned for these other roles and such forth. And what's her
Yeah.
name? Bloody woman. She's university woman. Fucking Shang-Chi.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, the name's there, but not there.
Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah. Yes, Michelle Yeoh. Yes,
Yeah.
everything everywhere. Of course. Yes.
Everything Everywhere Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I'd say Ariana Grande, but the others are obviously, in films that we've not really seen. Haha.
Yeah.
Best actress. This I'm interested in your take on this. Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carla Sofia
Mhm.
Gascon for Amelia Perez, Mickey Madison for Honora, Demi Moore for The Substance,
Ooh.
and Fernanda Torres in I'm Still Here.
Well, were you here? Because I've only heard of you until this category, so you just got here. Oh, shots fired! No, that sounds really, really distasteful. No, I'm still here. No, you're not. No. So, Fernanda, goodbye. No.
Jesus Christ.
Mikey Madison again. I think this Honora is her big break because she is the leading role of Honora. I feel like she was in some other smaller things before, but again, this Honora film has kind of like now made her a megastar. I feel like again she's another up and coming actress that's going to be plastered amongst things over the next 24 months, 2 to 3 years, who knows. Carla Sofia Gascon as Amelia Perez is intriguing considering this film is the heart and soul of this video, apparently. Cynthia Erivo though was wonderful, was Wicked, but I mean, like I just said about Ariana, like I can't stop thinking about Ariana. Not to say that Ariana completely stole the spotlight, because it's very much a duo thing. It's very much a 50-50. There's no one that's clearly better than the other, but Ariana had more of an effect on, or the character of Glenda had more of an effect on me. But then Demi Moore. But then why isn't co-lead in Substance Margaret Qualley, I've probably butchered her name, but why isn't she up for Best Actress? Because again, like Wicked, Cynthia Erivo, Ariana Grande, they're a dual lead. Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley, they literally play the same person, except Demi Moore is the older, like the old body, and then Margaret Qualley is the younger, more beautiful version of Demi Moore's character, essentially. So justice for Margaret Qualley. Why wasn't she nominated for Best Actress? I'm kind of disappointed at that. Yeah, I'm rioting. I'm petitioning. Hashtag justice for Margaret. I would have gone with Margaret Qualley had she been on here, because to be honest, I wanted her on here. But no, Demi Moore. Love that film. Demi Moore. Yeah, fair enough. She deserves it anyway. But Margaret. Demi Moore.
Demi Moore. I didn't think you'd go for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it'd be between Demi and Cynthia, but that's pure fucking ignorance on my part. Having not seen these other films, I hate. Why do we do these lists when we haven't seen the films? I don't fucking know. We're trying to stay relevant. And now,
as we're going, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
sorry, what are you saying?
No, literally. But I'm like you, like, yeah, I know it's like, yeah, like honestly more, but I'm as we're reading, as we're getting into the big topics, even I'm raising my eyebrows, and I'm like, I haven't seen half of these as well. I'm just as baffed as you are in some of
Oh,
these.
hello there.
Hello there, indeed.
And we end with Best Picture. Honora.
Oh, best leading actor, right? We
Oh
haven't done
shit.
leading actor.
Oh shit. Best Actor. Adrian Brody in The
Yeah.
Brutalist. Timothy
Ooh.
Chalamet in A Complete Unknown.
Ooh.
Coleman Domingo in Sing Sing. Ray Fiennes in
Oh.
Conclave. And it's
Uh-huh.
going to be the greatest film you've ever seen. And, you wouldn't see Joe Biden making a film like this. Sebastian Stan in Lord Alan Sugar's The Apprentice.
But then why isn't he nominated for A Different Man as well? But no, we can't have too
Yeah.
much Sebastian Stan. Yeah.
I think you can have so much.
You've cut off, mate. If you're
It's
still
got,
there.
all
Oh,
those,
oh,
sulfuric acid. Oh no! Oh no! I'm here, Connor. Can you hear me?
yeah, you are. Yeah. You just there was just a
No?
30-second lag. I don't know. You just went and it. Yeah, sorry.
Oh no! Quick, do this one quick before David Lynch comes back out the internet and kills me. Quick!
Apparently, I'm just gonna go with Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing because I've heard great things about Coleman and I love Coleman Domingo anyway.
There you go. I'd say Ray Fiennes because he gets ripped in either this film or 28 years later. I don't remember which one. Probably 28 years later.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Do it for the cum gutters on Ray Fiennes. God, that's disgusting. Best Picture to end it all. To end it all before we end. Honora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. Justice for Madam Web and Craven the Hunter. That's all I'm going to say.
I am gonna go with bloody hell. Oh, laddie. Out of what I've seen, I'm gonna go with The Substance. All
Wow.
Wicked. All Wicked. Yeah.
You got to narrow it down. You got to pick one. Gun to your head, gun to your balls.
Oh, what a nasty image from it. Substance. I'll die on that hill. Substance. The Substance always.
Definitely The Substance.
Yes. Final answer.
Final answer. All right. Is there anything that you think's missing or omitted?
For best, well,
But just in
best
terms of the
picture.
awards, is there anything that you think I would definitely have put that in there? Because you've seen a lot more than I have.
Yeah, but I was sort of joking about Sebastian Stan, but I mean, I'm glad. Well, I'm not glad that The Apprentice is getting so much love, but Sebastian Stan is certainly getting praise. But A Different Man is his bloody masterpiece. I mean, The Apprentice is like you've mentioned earlier; it's not going to please most parties because of the real world implications behind it. But A Different Man is a genuine, heartfelt movie about a brave conversation that people might not. People just look at people. I mean, not to be really deep and metaphorical for sudden, but people will look at people and sort of turn away. Whereas A Different Man engages that in a really brave and bold way, and it literally is like a fairy tale, like A Substance, in the sense of this is how I want to be if I was deemed to be normal, quote unquote normal. But then A Different Man it's the fantasy aspect of it all kind of bites yourself in the ass in the end. And A Different Man is just a brave film like that. He should have been nominated for that. I genuinely thought Margaret Qualley for Substance because again she's been in some other features amongst 2024 that again she was quite good in anyway. But The Substance being the biggest out of the three projects she had in 2024, but Margaret Qualley genuinely should have been up for Best Actress or Supporting Actress. I mean, they're the only two that are really niggling me in my bud. Off the top of my head, at the second. I mean, yeah, I will end this and I'll be like, oh, what about this? What about this? But I'm glad Timothy got nominated for A Complete Unknown, but I can't judge it until I've seen it. Oh no, Denzel for Gladiator. I thought he was the best thing about Gladiator 2. I mean, not to diss on Pedro or Paul Mescal or absolutely the whole cast of that film, but Denzel, like he's acting days are numbered. I mean, not literally. Denzel said himself he's going to pack up after a few more performances, so that isn't a bona fide awkward death wish on air. But Denzel, why isn't he nominated for anything? Yeah, but as to say, the BAFTAs probably will correct what the academies
Isn't it what?
haven't.
Connor?
Hopefully. Hello, I'm here. I'm here.
It cut out,
I
like
think
you
it's
said,
the
pack up, and then like it cut out. The ghost of Denzel Washington's
pack
coming
up.
to kill us.
Oh no. Denzel though, genuinely, like I'm surprised he hasn't like been nominated for anything. The like you say, the BAFTAs though have the BAFTAs happened or are they going to happen?
I am so done with this
Hello.
bollocks.
Hello.
Sorry, what was you saying? I'm fucking losing all will and ability to fucking speak.
Not much. Just Sebastian Stan and Margaret Qualley really were up for it, and Denzel Washington. They're the three. They're the big three that I feel like are missing personally, off the top of my head. Although, as I was saying, like by the time we end this, it'll be like, oh, it will come to me later. But
It's always the way.
nonetheless, the BAFTAs. That's what I was saying. The BAFTAs have happened, or is that coming next?
The BAFTAs will
Coming
be
soon.
around the same sort of time, won't they?
Oh, because I was saying, so the BAFTAs will probably course correct what the Academy hasn't.
Because I
Justice
believe
for
the
the other names I
BAFTAs,
mentioned.
Wallace and Gromit has a few more nominations for. Because I remember seeing them post about it. BAFTAs 2025. 16th of February.
Oh, good stuff. Okay, cool.
Let's do their list. Yeah, so outstanding British film, Wallace and Gromit's in that. Gladiator, Hard Truth, Kneecap, Love Lies Bleeding, The Outrun. Similar sort of best film nominations, similar sort of leading actress. You got Charlize Ronan nominated as well. Hugh Grant for Heretic as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Heretic. Yeah. Damn, man, Heretic.
Selena Gomez, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, a few differences, sort of along the same lines, but there's a few changes. Denis Villeneuve gets nominated for director.
Good, cool.
Outstanding debut by a British writer, producer, or director. You've got the films nominated, not the people. So it will obviously go into who on those films is nominated. But Horde, Kneecap, Monkey Man, Santosh, and Sister Midnight. Films not in the English language. Animated films. There's only 4. Flow, Inside Out, Wallace and Gromit, Wild Robot. We're doing 2 lists. Rising Star Award, BAFTA. This is always I love the Rising Star Award because recipients in the past have been Daniel Kaluuya, Letitia Wright, Tom Holland got it once, I think. Loads of people. Those are really fucking cool because it's voted for by the public. So up for this are Marissa Abella, Jarell Jerome, David Johnson, Mikey Madison, and Nabhan Rizwan. Rizwan? If I said your name wrong, I'm fucking sorry. I'm really sorry. Best casting? Wow, look at this. Look at Britain. Make Britain great again. Actually, don't do that. We're just shit.
And we're shit. And we are.
Emilia Perez got 11 nominations. Conclave has 12. Brutalist 9. Honora, Dune Part 2 and Wicked have 7. Complete Unknown and Kneecap have 6. Nosferatu and The Substance have 5. They didn't have a wrap up like that at the end of the fucking Oscars one.
I'm glad. Kneecap's a funny Irish film that had a very, very limited release in Cineworld. I don't know about Odeon. That literally went to book it and then something happened that day, it couldn't go, and then it was never seen again. So literally 1 or 2 showings and then bye-bye. So Kneecap, I'm glad that's got a bit of love.
Sunday, the 12th of January, is the Oscars, and then the 16th is the BAFTAs. So let us know what, because this is kind of, it's almost like an apex to favorite films of the year sort of thing that we do at the end of the year. So let us know if anyone, you Mike specifically, because you're the only one that probably actually listens to this. Let us know your favorite films, anything that you think should have been nominated in this award season. I'm still to see We Live in Time, but I stand by the fact it should be the best film of all time, and it should be immediately number one of everyone's lists for 2025, because that's the technicality we work on. But in America, it's eligible for all this shit, so I don't know. Let us know any of that, any other stuff you got problems with, any of the names that I've probably said wrong or stuff I said. I'm sorry. Before David Lynch or Denzel Washington come back and kill us through the power of Wi-Fi, Connor, where can the good people find us?
Blue Sky, the better form of X, Twitter. Blue Sky, Instagram, retrospective links for Twitch will be in the description below. You send us a email at nerdbiblecontact@gmail.com, where we can course correct the BAFTAs, get all your votes and get all your suggestions in, and maybe give you an invite or two to attend the event, because we can definitely do that. You can send that to nerdbiblecontact@gmail.com. Send us your short film, send us any ideas, send us any video suggestions you actually want us to do. And, we'll try our very best to do it, ideally in person and not over cursed Wi-Fi, but alas. Like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, go and watch a movie and enjoy it and share your love about it, because that's what this channel is all about. Most importantly, that's what it's all about.
There you go. And until next time, you wonderful people, we will be back next week for more. What's happening next week? I don't know.
Next week.
Next week.
What's out this week?
What's out next week? Dogman. Fuck all. It's still January. I'll try and see We Live in Time, and we'll just talk about why Andrew Garfield is the best man on earth. But until then,
Flight Risk, Mel Gibson, Mark Wahlberg, and who's the woman? Michelle Monaghan, airplane crash movie. I don't know, disaster flick or something.
We'll have to, yeah. One of those.
Yeah.
If not all of those. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, my
Stay
dears. He's bringing it back.